feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride no wave.
All right. Anyway. It's Cardi shit. I'll get to it later. All right, cool. Let's move on a little bit. Yo, get married, bros. Bros, get married, okay? Yo, listen. I was at a wedding. I told you my brother got married. I'm at the wedding. I'm seeing all these, these women who are like, well, your other two brothers are married. When are you getting married? And I'm like, well, I don't think marriage is something that's going to benefit me. They're like, no, it will. Like, so I said, what the hell could I get out of marriage that I can't get by not marrying a woman? Oh, well, you can have somebody who loves you. Well, I could have that if I'm not married. Well, you can have somebody who's always, I could have that if I'm not married. Well, you can have somebody to have kids with them. Well, I could have that if I'm not married. Well, so my argument was, listen, modern women give the same benefits to a boyfriend as someone who married him. So if you're going to enter into something that could only hurt you down the line, why snip your balls or put it in a vice grip and give it to the female? That's my whole thing. Now, back in the day, women used to try to be at least, pure to hold some type of their sexual exclusivity for marriage. These days, you meet a chick first night, nigga, you have her sucking your dick and balls at the same time. Like, nigga, you're nothing in her face. It don't matter. So if you're getting that on first link, why the fuck would you go buy the cow for some shit that niggas could get for free? So I think marriage is really a bad deal. It's a raw deal, right? A lot of people who are playing house. So some people are like, no, well, it's for stability to center. Y'all could live. Well, listen, we could live together without that. Then, the last thing they said, well, suppose something happened to you, like, she has power of attorney. I don't want no bitch determining what happened to me. Ask my mama. I only trust my mama. My mama knows better than me. These bitches might have like a secret life insurance on you. Like, bro, again, with all due respect, shout out to my chat queens. I'm just saying, I would love to debate marriage with anybody who could tell me the actual benefit. Now, here's my thing. I do think marriage holds weight if you're religious, but the majority of people getting married ain't religious. They're not doing it under covenant of God. They're doing it just because they want a ring on their finger and they want to flex on the gram. That's not some shit that behooves a man. Now, especially the more unequal those two people are. Now, if y'all both making around the same, I think marriage is kind of cool because then it does add to what y'all situation is. But if you are a sole provider or you provide for your woman, I don't think you should get married. There's no point. Like, why would you do it? You know what I mean? Unless you want to get finessed. Now, in the case of most NBA players, and by the way, if anybody disagrees with me, and I would love for a chat queen or anybody else who wants to debate, I'll get on here and debate with you right now. You can't tell me why it's a benefit other than, oh, maybe you get some legal perks that, to be honest, if you really care about those legal perks, you could sign over power of attorney and also have documents that only outline those extreme cases that marriage would be applicable in, right? It's no need to get married. Women give you the same shit. Women are giving shit up on first link. They're giving it up to their sneaky link. Why the fuck are you going to get married to her to get the same thing that the sneaky link got when all he had to do was basically text her WYA at 2:00? Why do it, brother? Trust me. Why would you put yourself through it? But it's all good. I get it. Now, the allure of this traditional woman in this traditional relationship, and of course, making a woman a good woman by marrying her, it affects everybody. And, I would imagine when it comes to, Iman Shumpert and Teyana Taylor, probably the case. I'm not going to sit here and speak for him. I don't think probably he regrets being married to this woman. But now we've seen that they have divorced. And an NBA player who gained a decent sum of money when he was in the NBA, even though Iman Shumpert career earnings, even though we know the story of NBA players and athletes, their income precipitously drops off after they're not in the league. And usually most of these guys are not smart enough to make other passive income that they could create residual income after they're not in the NBA. Or even if they do, it's not up to the level that they were getting before. If they were getting $20 million per year, usually people will at least adopt at least a $5 million per year lifestyle. And when you leave the league and there's no payments afterwards, like it's hard to even bring that $5 million a year lifestyle down to $250,000 a year. It's very hard. So what usually happens is people kind of run through it and they usually go broke. So that's the story of most NFL, NBA players. So again, Iman Shumpert earned $48 million during his NBA career. Again, he might have lucrative other businesses or maybe investments that are booming, but we don't know. We could only pocket watch on what he supposedly got. Now, he married to Teyana Taylor, someone who I know women love. She was on Good Music. Not sure if she still is now. Again, I have nothing bad to say about her personally. Don't know her personally like that. I met her once with Iman Shumpert when he did my show on the Sticks back in Atlanta. But I don't have anything bad or good to say necessarily about her. She seems like someone who is a creative person, and I want to give her credit for her career. However, this is not necessarily about her and him, because I don't want to get into the minutia or the minute details about their situation, but it's more about the concept of marriage, especially when you're someone who clearly earns at a different pace than the woman you're with. Now, Teyana Taylor she's not broke for anybody who might inquire. And by the way, I would imagine that she's making at least a couple million a year. She gets all the goddamn modeling gigs and all these looks, and Kanye damn near made her a muse and all that type of stuff, and she does put out music. So again, she's no slouch herself. Regardless, through divorce with Iman Shumpert, and it appears at least via this picture, they have 2 beautiful children. This is what is being determined by the court to be fair. The guy made $48 million, and check this out. They're giving the woman, Teyana, 4 houses worth over $10 million. They're giving her another multi-million-dollar payout, which is a 7-figure payout. They're then giving her luxury vehicles, including a $300,000 Maybach, a $70,000 Mercedes Sprinter, and a tour bus. Now, I also want to pause here and be very fair. We don't know how much of her income went into buying these things. But again, if we're here to be reasonable and think that he's probably made a lot more money than her, because NBA money is usually just more than rap money, we're thinking the majority of his money went into most of these things, right? And then here's the thing. So she's going to retain full ownership of her companies. So he doesn't get anything of hers. So she only gets things that he owns, or not necessarily he owns, but assets that they got, which I guess could be liquidated, cars, houses, and obviously a 7-figure payout, which is multi-million-dollar settlement or just wire. And she's going to retain all ownership of her companies. He gets none of that. And he will also pay $8,000 a month in child support, which I do think is a W. You got 2 kids, $8K a month. I actually do believe that's not that bad for a former NBA player. $8K a month to cover their, and he has to cover their private tuition, which that might come up to like $40,000, $50,000 per child. So that might be another extra $100,000 that he has to pay per child. No, not per child, for both kids, for their schooling, probably a little bit more for transport, but he's paying officially $8K a month. Again, if you look at it for me, what it tells me is that the man is a hamster on a rotisserie wheel, in the sense of, or not a rotisserie wheel, but that you're a hamster on a wheel. This divorce settlement has told me that if I'm just reasonably like doing math, and you want me to do math with y'all, I'll do it with y'all. So Iman Shumpert earned approximately $48 million in NBA salaries in his 10-year career, right? Let me tell you how that breaks down. First of all, it's probably more like $24 million. So you got to cut every NBA salary in half because taxes. So he has $24 million. Now, you got to imagine he's an NBA player. He's probably done some dumb shit. He's probably bought his mama crib. Now, that's not a dumb shit, but he's fucked off some money. Maybe on bitches before her, or maybe he's on, just stupid purchases, jewelry, this and third. So he has $24 million. Let's say he's fucked off, which is normal. By the way, no one's going to be perfect and never make dumb decisions with money. Everybody has. Let's say he fucks off, I don't know, let's say $5-6 million, right? Over a 10-year career, on bullshit. Could be trips, vacations, private jets, butlers, chefs, whatever. He fucks off about $6 million, okay? Let's say so that 24, so 48, remember it's 24 because of taxes. Let's say the fuck off money is $6 million. That 24 turns to 18, okay? You're an NBA player, you got to hook everybody up with some shit. Your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your mama, everybody, your grandma, this and third. Let's just cut off like another $4 to $5 million from that. So we had 18, let's cut it down. Now we have 13 million. Now it's about what your situation. You're dating women, you're doing this, you got to have the lifestyle, you got to buy some cribs. The wiggle room here seems very tough. A $10 million crib, cars that probably cost maybe close to near $1 million. I don't know how he's making money now. I'm pretty sure. Is he on a podcast? Can somebody give me the math on that? Maybe he is. Maybe he's still getting some type of income. But I would imagine that this divorce settlement has him almost running dry. Pause. And again, I'm being very reasonable. This is not me trying to attack Teyana. This is not me trying to also like completely pocket watch him and attack his maybe money management or money saving skills or what he has done or what he hasn't done. I'm just speaking about divorce in general. This seems like a very bad option. So you made $48 million and you end up in 10 years having to give away the majority of what you kept. Because if we're saying that you kept even 24 without the money that you fucked off and the money you got to take care of people and some overhead shit, you are giving away, there's a 7-figure payout. Let's just say it's $2 million. $10 million, $2 million, and then cars worth like $1 million. So you're giving away $13 million out of the 24 you kept, right? So you kept 24 million and you gave away half of it to your wife. I don't know how long they were married for, okay? And here's the problem. The courts don't care that your time in the NBA, which was 10 years, you have to live off that for the rest of your life because most NBA players don't have other jobs that's even close to getting the same type of income they got in the NBA. They don't care. All they care is about what you got during that time. So if you got that amount of money during that time, pay up on that money. That's it. Fuck off. I think that's a bad gig. I think that's a tough deal to sell to anybody who, again, love will make you do a lot of dumb stuff. Trust me, I've done a lot of dumb stuff for love. So I will never, question somebody or call them stupid for doing things out of love, whether it becomes marriage or whatever. And also, here's the thing, family is beautiful and fuck all the money and this, that, and third. We're here to procreate, right? So at the end of the day, your kids are priceless, and I would never sit here and try to act like there's a price on that. However, it is a price on not being with a woman. That's the point I'm trying to say. There is a price on that. And I don't know. This kind of, obviously, I mean, I don't know if he was in agreement to it because some of these agreements, like the guy basically says, oh, I might lose more, so I'll agree to this. I don't know if he's in agreement with this or maybe he got some extra money that we don't know about. But this seems like she took that nigga to the cleaners, okay? Respectfully. Again, simple math. This seems like it's about $13 million that she's set to receive, plus residuals of at least, $100,000 a year for schooling, and then $80,000 a year for child support, which is $180,000 a year. Where's that $180,000 a year most likely coming from for him? Where? Maybe he got a podcast deal. Maybe he's doing like some show like Gilbert Arenas. But even then, how much is that paying? How much did he save from his time in the league? A lot of times when people are in entertainment, they think it lasts forever. They usually spend because they're like, nah, I'm gonna be popping for like a lot of times. A lot of NBA players, they'll look at money. They'll be like, nah, I'm gonna be on another team. I'm about to get another contract until they get injured or really no teams call their agent. Like it was over. Yeah, we don't need you anymore. Well, you could go play in Egypt. You could go play overseas, but we don't need you in the National Basketball Association anymore. So it is what it is. But this kind of looked like he got taken to the fucking cleaners, if you ask me. Right? I don't know. You guys let me know. Maybe you look at it and be like, nah, that's exactly what's deserved. To me, again, and by the way, just to be clear, I don't want nobody to misconstrue what I'm saying. I believe if you have kids with the woman, especially, in this situation, you deserve and you should pay up and you should support them. This seems like more than that. This actually seems like, it's not even, the 8K is per month is the child support. The rest of the shit is alimony, right? And settlements in divvying up assets, which again, I'll stand corrected if we hear later on that she contributed to buying the 4 houses with more than $5 million. But it feels like they're just taking all this shit. It is what it is. It is what it is. Here's the thing too. And this is what about living these lifestyles and how it really matters, right? So first and foremost, you got 4 houses. Again, I'm just doing little math to y'all. So they got 4 houses. Let me tell you this. This house, I got one house. I'm about to buy a condo, but I got one house. Might have apartments, but like one house I own. I pay like $50,000 a year in property taxes. I own the house, so I don't have a mortgage. So I pay $50,000 a year in property taxes. If I had a mortgage, I'd be paying at least $100,000. So it becomes like when you live a lifestyle of mansions and shit like that, you have to make money. There becomes an overhead you can't, like, if you have 4 houses that cost $10 million, respectfully, and just how, if I'm just gonna, you're gonna be paying your overhead in bills you can't avoid, property taxes, or maybe they still have mortgages, I don't know, insurance, landscaping. Like, I pay $25,000 a year in landscaping. Like, my nigga, like these, I mean, they work pretty good, but still, I'm like, damn, I'm paying $25,000 a year for niggas to cut my grass. This shit's crazy. It is what it is though. You don't want to be the only one with an ugly house on the block. Nigga, the first time they try to sell me this shit, I try to like barter with it. I'm like, I don't know if I need that much. Let me get like the halftime shit, and then basically we don't have to agree. Anyway, I'm giving you real prices. So what we have here is, like, I don't know where Teyana Taylor's career is at currently, but I don't know if it's like booming like that, right? He's not in the league. 4 houses that cost $10 million, they got to sell some of that, honestly, if you ask me. Because the property taxes alone on that shit is going to be maybe like $150,000, $200,000 on $10 million worth of property. That's actually makes sense. You're usually paying 6 figures in property taxes. And I know I live in Jersey where property taxes are way more. But if my house currently is probably valued at like $3 million and I'm paying $50,000 a year in property taxes for $10 million, you're probably paying close to $200,000 property taxes. Then you got to think about loans if you have loans on that. Interest that's jumping on that. Insurance that's jumping on that, right? Then you're thinking about these luxury vehicles. A Maybach. Let me tell you this. I'm gonna give y'all real prices. Again, I ain't got to sugarcoat nothing to y'all because I want y'all to know and be very transparent when y'all seeing these things with celebrities. Nigga, I got $1 million in cars. Nigga, it cost me, well, I also insure my mom cars, but who cares? She just has a little Mercedes. How much do I pay every 6 months? I pay 60 grand a year to insure probably $1.2 million in cars. I'm not going to do the cheap shit and be like, oh, mad niggas do this for them. Like, oh, I just won't. I don't drive these cars in the winter, so I just don't insure them. They're insured all the time. $60,000. This is what it is. I'm giving y'all real prices, my nigga. So when you see these prices, I don't think about these prices, right? I think about the prices that you have to pay to keep these things, right? $60,000 a year for insurance. That's not factored into this. So now Teyana got that. She won't have to pay $60,000 a year. Then she got to pay $200,000 a year in property taxes. So she has $250,000 at least overhead just to pay in property taxes. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh my bad, my bad. I'm sorry. Like this is I'm in real time dealing with music industry shit. You know. My bad, chat. My bad. My bad. My bad. All right. All right. Hold on. Okay. Got to put out a couple fires. All right. I'm here though. I'm here. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? The hell? All right, baby. I'm here. All right. Cool. Anyway. I'm hope both parties are happy. We don't know what the arrangement in seeing each other is. We don't know the arrangement in seeing kids and like visitation looks like. And, I would hope for the amount that it appears that Iman Shumpert is putting forward, I would hope that he's getting ample time and adequate time with his kids. We haven't really seen much messy stuff like they're talking about each other. We've seen other people trying to incite it, but they've kind of both diffused it. So, again, the internet's going to talk about this, but I do respect the fact that they're both not slinging mud against each other. Right? We haven't heard Teyana say, yo, that nigga was a bitch. He put his hands on me. Yo, he was cheating on me. Yo, he did this while I was pregnant. We ain't hear none of that. We ain't hear Iman say no crazy shit like, nah, she was doing this. She blah, blah. She was talking. We ain't hear none of that. So, again, he chose to be married. I think we could use this as a rubric for what marriage kind of looks like when either there's not a prenup or the courts get to decide the divorce. Obviously, people love to say no one gets into a marriage to plan for a divorce, but we have to be realistic. I think the current stats right now say how many marriages in 2024, I'll use last year, and in divorce in the U.S. Let's see. And then divorce in the U.S. And, they got Google AI. This is approximately 40%, 41% of first marriages in the U.S. are estimated to end in divorce, with second marriages having a divorce rate of 60% and third marriages 70%. So basically, the more you get married, the divorce rate goes up. They're saying overall the divorce rate is 43%. So pretty much, it's not half, but it's close to 1 out of 2 marriages end in divorce. Okay. So they said basically okay. Yeah. All right. All right. 41% of first marriages and 60 of second and third and whatever. Interesting. It's important that we keep that stat. Keep that stat. Hold on. I love the music industry. All right.